Welcome. This is Callie Carroll, and you're listening to a special series where we're diving into Rhonda Byrne's book, The Magic, taking 28 days to have intentional gratitude to see how our lives can change. It is a part of Good Morning Sunshines where we wake up to see that perspective reveals miracles. And guys, I'm telling you, gratitude can change your world. Let's get started. Good morning, sunshines. Fourth time is a charm. I've been trying to record our final lesson of the magic, the 28th practice, 4 different times. My boys, they have a lot that they need this morning. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for the opportunity to just press restart. I'm grateful for my healthy boys that are downstairs. I'm grateful for my son's whisper. He just came in thinking it was okay if he just came in and was like, Mom, it's okay. I'm whispering. Can you do the passcode? So cute. So let's see if let's see if we make it all the way through. I think we're going to. I think this is the magic take. Today is our 28th day of the magic practice where we've been spending time being intentional about choosing gratitude, acknowledging that gratitude operates at a higher vibration, that it is a quote unquote happier state of being, a positive, energetic state that we choose to be in is going to be what not only creates happiness and joy in this moment, sometimes regardless of what's occurring, but also in the future, because the state that you choose to be in is going to attract more of that. And I know we talked about that over and over again during the last 28 days, but this is just the reminder. Some of you guys are popping in for the first time, and I hope that you go back to the pre-practices and then all 28 practices, or just grab the book and follow along with her. But how you choose to show up to life, where you choose to focus, where you choose to spend your minutes in your mind, what you go through over and over and over again is going to be what's reiterated to you in your life. Meaning that if you are in a state of constant position of playing the martyr and having the blame game and choosing to be in a state of fear and worry, you're at this basically a lower vibrational state, because that's what those emotions are. Everything has a vibration, right? And you can measure the vibration of all things, and that being one of them, scientifically seeing how it moves at a lower state. And when you're in that state, you're actually attracting more of that. You're putting out an energy to the universe that, hey, my life sucks, things are hard, it's everybody else's fault, why me? The universe is going to be like, here you go, here's more. You want to be angry about it, you're choosing to focus on the anger around this. I will continue to deliver you more things to be angry about, because you're not choosing to see the 9 million blessings around you. You're choosing to see the 10 things that aren't going, quote unquote, your way. And as we walked through the last 28 days, we started to, I hope, understand that by choosing to say thank you for the things that are around us and choosing to intentionally acknowledge the blessings that we are exposed to all of the time, we can go from one low vibrational state right away up to this higher, more positive state by remembering and seeing all of these amazing, miraculous, extraordinary things that are around us right now. And when you do that, just through a simple thank you, because the reminder is that you can't be in two different states at once. You can't think about two different things at one time. You can't be thinking about how you're thankful that you actually have water, and you're like acknowledging that other people in the world do not have access to clean water. And here you are at the same time, exact same time. You can go back and forth, but the exact same time being pissed at X, Y, and Z for what they did. You can't be in both states. So as you continuously choose to be in a state of gratitude, you're changing your energetic field, you're changing where you're at, and you're going to start attracting more of that higher energy towards you. Not only that, but you're also getting to an instant state of joy, of happiness, when you're, especially when you do that heartfelt gratitude that we practiced a few days ago. When you're in that space, you can go from one situation to the other immediately. And as we've talked about a lot throughout the last 28 days, this has been so vitally important for me in all of my life, but especially during my son's cancer journey and him having an incurable cancer. It is incurable. It's very rare, so they don't have enough doctors and money that are going to be thrown at this thing to be able to ever say that he is cancer free. Currently, he is no active disease, which is an LCH mama's like, yes. And the other disease that he has as a result of the tumor in his pituitary is lifelong and incurable as well. I've experienced a lot of challenges in life as a chemo mom and holding on to gratitude when I was in the depths and the biggest challenging time of my life, just hanging on for dear life, trying to figure out what was going on and how I could support him and how to step forward and move forward. Gratitude, choosing that vibrational state has been everything. And it still is. We have scans coming up this month. I know that they present some different trauma responses, and all I can do is do my best to tie myself to the gratitude for what's to come, of seeing those events occur that I desire, of being the strength and the pillar for my family as we go through this one next adventure. We've got a lot of them coming up. This is the life that we're living now. And you're going to be faced with different life things that happen. The interesting thing is that a lot of people are living at that lower vibrational state. They're choosing the anger and the bitterness and the sadness and the fear and the worry. And there's not even like, I don't want to sound bad about this. I'm not trying to minimize people's things, but there's not even a lot of serious, like oh, it always sounds bad when I say this, of like high level life happening at you. Was that technical enough? Was that technical? I mean, I get it. You got however many kids. I have 4 kids and the household's crazy and things are messy and you clean up and then there's toys everywhere and it's frustrating you, or your job isn't moving as quickly as you wanted and you're not enjoying yourself there. Or you're having a spat with one of your friends or somebody who you were friends with once upon a time. Now you're not. You guys are just in different stages and you're trying to maneuver through that. Or there's trouble in paradise with your relationship, and there's a lot of different things that are not convenient. They're not what you would ideal. That's not what you would choose, but it's not, it's not cancer. It's not death. It's not, there's so many different things that are really dark out there that are hard to maneuver. And we're still not choosing to see the gratitude during those times. If you can't choose gratitude and find a way to move from a state of furious anger, whatever that is, during some of those situations, how are you supposed to maneuver life when life happens? Because we are all going to experience death. Number one, it's unavoidable, right? People around us are going to leave this physical space. How are we going to handle and process that? How are you going to handle and process? This is different, but like empty nesting, if you have kids, that's a really, really big transition. If you can't handle the small moments, if you can't find the gratitude in the daily Mondays, your regular Monday blues, how are you going to be able to handle and cope with these different things that come into our world? And it's been a really interesting journey for me personally because I've always been the like unicorn and glitter sort of person, right? Like everything, it's like everything is sunshine, rainbows, unicorn, glitter. And even through some of my like surgeries and concussion and maybe not the bankruptcy, but like through a lot of the different major things in my world, I was like, you know what, but like everything's just like it's all just perfect. And that was more difficult for me with our son's diagnosis. When we heard that we now had an oncologist and a possible neurosurgeon and an endocrinologist, and that day in the hospital when the doctor was like, no, that's caused by a tumor. That moment was this eye opening. Okay, yes, there's glitter and rainbow and sunshine and unicorns all around me all of the time. And also, there is cancer and there is illness and there is death and there is divorce and there are endings and there are new beginnings. And it's a reality check for all of us, especially for those of you that live in that fantasy world that I once was in. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I want to support people to move through life with more joy in their hearts through all of it, through everything that might come up and occur. And I just really have tied myself to the art of gratitude and the reward of gratitude. And today's practice, remember the magic, is basically to look at yesterday and go through everything that you're thankful for. Just look at all the different things. And if you've done the last 27 days up until this point, it's not going to be difficult. Like you'll think back, like let me just think back to yesterday for a second. And I haven't done this yet this morning. It's just kind of seems like a natural way of living now. But yesterday I woke up in a warm bed next to my healthy son, and my other healthy son didn't pee the bed yesterday, which is an amazing thing since he usually does because of his disease. So I didn't have to wash sheets yesterday. Amazing. And then my healthy husband, my all my children that are healthy, and I got to wake up and go downstairs, and I enjoyed my tea. I had hot water. I had my delicious vitamins that I have in the morning that I love. Got to sit down and be with my book. There's so many different things. It becomes easy, and it can actually take up a lot of time, very time consuming, when you start to really see all of the blessings that are around you. And today's practice, remember yesterday, just go through, write down at least 10 things that were wonderful that you're thankful for about yesterday. And I think really what Remember the Magic is about remembering to intentionally choose to be in that state as you maneuver through your life as much as possible from here on out. And if you can do that, if you can let go of your frustration with the traffic in the morning and instead see all of the different beautiful blessings around you, enjoy the music that's on, let the guy that's like speeding past you freaking out, give him a wave and send him some positive energy and love and say, I'm so grateful for the patience that's coming to that person later on. And then when you arrive to work and it's not your ideal job right now, this isn't really what you want to do forever, but you're like, wow, I'm so grateful I got that parking space, and that I had a good conversation with my coworker this morning, and that I'm choosing to go back to school for what I really want to do. And you can look at your life on a continuous basis in this state of choosing to focus on what's right instead of wallow in what's not. And also, just so you know, some people are thinking, well, yeah, there's a people that everything's just right for them. That's not true. They face so many of the different things that you face on a daily basis, but they do it with a different heart space. I talk to my kids all the time when they ask me something, when they're in a certain mood, when they're speaking with me. I'm like, is that coming from a happy heart? Speak to mommy with a happy heart. And again, I'm not saying that we're diminishing and pushing down those negative emotions that come up in our world because things like cancer and death and illness and disease do occur. That's not what I'm saying. We're not ignoring them. We can acknowledge them, let them be and go. And then instead of choosing to look at the cancer every single day and staring at it, waiting for it to grow and being angry and mad at it and furious with it, look at the rainbow that was outside, the literal rainbow, and the moments of snuggles in between cleaning up barf, and the times where we do get to sleep a little bit at night. There have been times where I pulled gratitude out of seemingly thin air, you guys, because that is a survival tactic. And I know what it's done for me is during times of complete strife, it's allowed me to survive. And during times like we're in right now, where we've got our flow going on, like life is good, Witten's healing, our families figuring out what this next chapter is going to be. And when I choose to be in a state of gratitude consistently during that, I continually attract even more miracles to me. I know that I have the power, that I have the ability to make magical things happen, to impact millions of lives, to support people in servitude day after day. I know, I am so sure of that because I've been in this state And I know that if I choose to focus on that and my gratitude and what I desire to create in my life, in my servitude, in my joy, in my positive energetic state, that more and more of that is going to come in. Now, does that mean that nothing bad is ever going to happen to our family again? No, unfortunately, it doesn't. That's not the way the world works. But it does mean that my heart space is going to have a tool available to it at all times to be able to maneuver my way through all of the different life that we hit. And that's really what this practice is about. As we come to the end here, knowing that when you have this as a regular tool in your tool belt of life, you get to find joy in the now, in the present, in the moment, while simultaneously attracting more positivity into your world. And you also now know and understand that you're the one creating that. You're the one choosing what to focus on. You're the one choosing to focus on the negative pieces or the positive pieces of it. And you can start to take some ownership of that. It's time to. It really is, because nothing's going to change until you do. And if you already have, what I really look forward to now is obviously you guys moving forward in a different physical and mental and energetic state. But also, I can't wait to hear the stories of what happens for you. So make sure you reach out to me, whether that's shooting a message on any one of the formats or CallieCarroll.com and sending me different stories of what starts to occur in your life when you choose to move into a different state. Right now, I am working on the final edit for my book, which does this first one is really going to support you with 90 days of creative gratitude and continuing to move through this heart space. I'm so excited about that. So excited to release that. But as we're ending the magic series, I want to hear what happens for you. How do things start to change? And what do you notice by doing this practice? So, you guys, this has been an awesome adventure. This is the first of my series, I guess, where we've done this officially packaged somewhere, which is so cool. And we are going to be moving towards another book. We do book club on a regular basis where all we do is I tell you what book we're reading, and then you read the book 10 pages, usually on average per day, or listen 10 minutes per day. And then we interact on Facebook about our findings, not in a private group, just there on my page. So you're not trying to check all these different things, but it's going to give you encouragement, motivation, incentive to just do a little bit for your mind every single day. So I hope you guys join us. It's Callie Carroll on Facebook. You know how to spell my name because it's there in the podcast or on the page that you're on. But thank you guys again for choosing yourselves. Thank you for choosing this practice. And thank you for moving forward into a lighter, brighter, more joyous energy, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your friends, and for the world around you. You guys, don't forget, the perspective reveals miracles, and see you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye. Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.